Before the video starts, about 98% of you guys are not subscribed. Subscribing and clicking that bell does help me out a lot in doing what I really want to do. Thank you guys so much for all your support. What's going on, guys? Rogue TCG here, bringing you a deck profile and then subsequently a bunch of test hands. I'm planning on making this like a longer video and just doing a lot of test hands. So we're just mostly gonna speed through the deck profile and then get onto the test hands. Oh, let's get this out of here and we can quickly go through this deck profile. First, 3 Girsu, 2 Nightmare, 1 Wand, 1 Harp, 2 Symbol, and then the honorary Orcust Tearlaman Sheeran. Those are our Orcusts. Next, our Bestials. 1 Lubellion, 1 Magnemut, 1 Druisworm, 1 Saronir, and then 2 Baldrakes. That's it for our Bestials. Now into our Cartesia engine. 1, 2, and then all 3 Cartesias, and then a Spriggan's kit to pair with them. Next, our monster hand traps. Triple Effect Veiler, and that's all we got for those, because we also had our Bestials as well. Next, for our Cartesia spell cards. Triple Branded in High Spirits, and then for our Bestial spell card, our Branded Regained. For our Orcust spells and traps, 1 Return, 1 Babble, 1 Crescendo. Non-engine, Triple Droplet, Triple Book of Moon, Called by, a Burial, and our last hand traps, Triple Imperm. Now onto the extra. For our links, we have League Karibo, SP Little Knight, Masquerena, Galatea, number 1 and 2, Nightmare Unicorn, Long Girsu, and Access Code. That's all for links. Now on to our XEs. 1 and 2 Dingirsu, and a Typhon. That's it for XEs. Now on to fusions. 1 Sprind, and then 2 Grand Gugnol. And then our last card in the extra is a Despian Lulu Lilith. Alrighty guys, so we're shuffling up and we're gonna get ready for our first test hand. Put that right there. First hand, Bestial Lubellion, Called by, Simple Skeleton, Nightmare, and a Branded in High Spirits. This is a hand if I've ever seen one. So to start off in our standby phase, we're going to go Branded in High Spirit. We're going to be sending our Orcust the Nightmare to grave. We're going to send these 2 to grave. And we're going to reveal our Sprind. I'm going to send that to grave too. And then we're going to add from our deck to our hand a Cartesia. Next, we're going to activate our Bestial Lubellion effect. We're going to pitch to hand. This is in the start of main phase. We are going to grab a Magnemut from our deck. We're going to activate this Magnemut. We're going to banish our Sprind because it is a dark. We're going to banish it. We're going to special, and then we're going to activate that effect. Next, we're going to activate our we're just going to special our Bestial Lubellion by triggering the Magnemut. We're going to activate the trigger ignition effect on board. We are going to place a Branded Regained face up. Now, any of our plays we can get value on, and we can take value away from our opponent. Next, we're going to use our normal summon. We are going to normal summon this Cartesia, and we are going to activate Cartesia's effect. We do have a Called by, so it is protected as well as everything that we've done up to now. We're going to fuse our Symbol Skeleton and our Cartesia, and we are going to make Grand Gugnol. We're going to activate Grand Gugnol effect, We already have Nightmare and Symbol Skeleton in Graveyard, so the next best thing to be sending, we even already have the Lubellion, like we have everything that we're looking for. So to save us a little bit of time and let us load up on our resources a bit more, we're just going to be sending a World Wand from our deck to our graveyard. There we are. There's the World Wand. And then now we are going to be activating the effect of our Orcust Nightmare. We're going to start Dark Larking ourselves now. We're going to banish the Nightmare. And then we are going to send from our deck to our grave, targeting our Grand Yugioh. We are going to be sending an Orcust Harp Horror. There's Harp Horror. Next, we're going to activate our Harp Horror. We're not going to activate Regained yet. We're going to activate Horror. We're going to banish. We're going to special summon a Girsu from our deck. We're going to go Chainlink 1, Girsu, Chainlink 2, Branded, Regained, target our Harp Horror. This is going to put our Harp Horror back into our deck. And then off of Girsu, we are then going to send the Harp Horror again. So we are going to put the Harp Horror to the bottom. Shuffle up first. Shuffle up, put it to the bottom. Draw a card, another Cartesia, that's fine. And then Girsu is going to be sending our Harp Horror to the graveyard. Because we already have everything else we need, just put the Harp Horror right back in. So we can activate it on quick effect on our opponent's turn. Next, we're going to go Girsu and Grand Yugioh. We'll send those two to the grave. We're going to be making a Galatea here. We're not going to put this Nightmare back. We're actually going to be activating World Wand at the summon point of Galatea. We are going to special summon that Nightmare back. Now we're going to activate our Galatea. We're going to put our World Wand back, and we're going to set an Orcust spell trap. We are going to set our Babel, and then immediately activate it. And we can put this World Wand back into deck. Next, we are able to activate our Symbol Skeleton to bring back our Girsu. We're only doing that so we can actually get value off the Ding Girsu we're going to be making, just to put an extra body on board because it's not going to really affect anything. So we're going to turn this Galatea into a Ding Girsu. And then we're going to use Ding Girsu's effect, and we're going to put the skeleton right underneath of it. Now for us to start building our board that we really want to be ending on. Next, we are going to be making our IP Masquerena. We can choose to keep the Ding Girsu on board, to be honest. That's something that I'm tempted to do, but we're actually going to just be taking this Ding Girsu off. We use our Ding, and we're going to use our Bestial Lubellion. We're going to make an IP Masquerena. And now we have a choice. Now we can either choose to be making a Galatea, or we can choose to just leave these guys on board and just call it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making the Galatea, because we know we're not going to be bringing it back. This means we don't have to bring it back off of our Symbol Skeleton, which means this is already on board. It's protected somewhat via battle, and it's just a material that IP Masquerena can use. We're going to be shotgunning it in the beginning of our turn anyway to put our Sprint back, so we are going to be able to get advantage that way. We're going to set our Called by the Grave, and we are going to pass. In our end phase, our Cartesia is going to add back to our hand. We're going to have 2 Cartesias in hand, and we are going to be getting a Magnamut Search for Baldrake. So off of our initial hand, this is what we end on. We end on double Cartesia in hand, Baldrake in hand. We still kept that Called by, but this could have been used anytime throughout the turn. IP Mask, Galatea, and a full graveyard of Ding, Symbol, Girsu, Nightmare, and Harp Horror. Seems pretty good to me. Next test hand. Okay, let's just make sure this bad boy is shuffled before we start our new test hand. Put this here. Branded Regained. Baldrake, Droplet, Chiron, and Cartesia. There we go. That's a very nice looking hand. We can even make double Baldrake with this hand. But we are not going to be doing that just because you can't activate Baldrake. Not Baldrake, I mean Grand Guggenol. So what we were going to be doing is, first off, we are just going to activate the Regained so we can make sure we get all our value out of it. We are going to go on Tearlament Sheeran's effect. We're going to gamble a little bit. We're going to pitch our Baldrake. Or, actually not going to pitch our Baldrake. We're going to special summon the Sheeran. We're going to mill 3 and then summon our Baldrake. Veiler, Imperm, Pokemon. Wow. That's what gambling gets you. But it's completely fine because we still got our full combo. We normal summon our Cartesia. Now we actually might want to make the double Grand Guggenol. We don't have actually a use for the second one. And this just lets us get an extra body to really end off well on this turn. We do have a Bestial in graveyard for our Regained later on, and we actually might draw something else. So making the second one might actually work out fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Cartesia effect. We're going to fuse using Cartesia and Sheeran. We're going to make our Grand Guggenol. We're going to go Grand Guggenol effect 1. And then we are going to go Tearlament Sheeran effect 2 to fuse and summon. Actually, let's not do that because we want Cartesia Engrave. So we're not going to be doing that. We're actually just going to activate Grand Guggenol. I talked myself out of that real quick. Did not want to re-record that. Okay, we're going to send an Orcust Nightmare. Next, we are going to activate our Orcust Nightmare. We're going to target our Grand Guggenol. We're not going to activate Brand Regained yet, so we're just going to send our Harp. We're going to activate it on our Harp Banish, so we can just put that bad boy right back in deck to be dumped again. And banish our Harp. We are going to special summon Girsu. We are not going to be dumping Harp off of Girsu this time, however. There we go. Reduce the glare a little bit. I apologize. So we are going to put our Harp Core back. And we're going to draw a card, and then Girsu's going to send. That's how we're going to order it this time. Drew a Nightmare. Okay, so that actually works good with our droplets, so that's fine. We're going to get our Cartesia back too, so that's also good. Off of here, we're going to be sending our Symbol Skeleton. We're going to do the basic combo with the skeleton instead of the world one this time. Going to go these two. Going to be making Galatea. We're going to activate Galatea's effect. We're going to put our Nightmare back, and we're going to get a Babble from our deck. Maybe lower the Cartesia a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Maybe lower that. There we go. That works better. Next, we're going to activate our Symbol Skeleton. We're going to banish itself. We are going to bring back our Girsu. Going to make ourselves a Dingirsu. And we're going to Dingirsu attach Symbol Skeleton. And we are going to link that Dingirsu and that Girsu off to make an IP Masquerena. We're going to set ourselves our droplets. We're going to move to end phase. End phase Cartesia is going to be adding itself back to our hand. So in our hand, we have Cartesia and Nightmare. We have a droplet set with IP Masquerena. We have Regained on board, so you are going to be getting that back this Baldrake whenever our opponent summons anything if they don't remove it. This is another form of interaction, another body for IP Masquerena. We can bring back our Dingirsu, we can bring back our Girsu to dump a card, and we can bring back our Galatea. If our opponent does choose to special summon a monster using a monster effect before we choose to use our Orcusts, we do get our Lulu from our extra. And we're going to be doing 1 or 2 more of these test hands. Okay, we're going to shuffle and we're going to do 2 more. This is going to be our second to last one. Hopefully we get a good hand. Hopefully we can do stuff. Bestial Saronir. Orcust Nightmare. That's not a good sign. Brandon High Spirits. That's a fantastic sign now. Tearlament Sheeran. That's an amazing sign. And a Bestial Baldrake. Wow. This hand can sure do a lot. We're going to start our turn. We're going to start with the Branded and High Spirits. We're going to reveal Nightmare just so we can have access to our Cartesia engine.
We can't reveal any of the other ones because we don't have a dragon or an aqua. So we're going to send that. We're going to send our machine, which is our Sprind. So we do get that kit in the end phase too if we do choose to keep that engraved. We most likely are because we do have the Sheeran as well. And we are going to grab from deck to hand our Cartesia. There is Cartesia. We're then immediately going to be activating the effect of our tier limit Sheeran. We're going to send our Saronir. So we're going to special this. Let's make sure we shuffle it since we are milling. Oh. Oh, damn. I'm really breaking in my sleeves. Okay. So we're now shuffled. We're going to activate tier limit Sheeran. We're going to mill 3. Nightmare. Wow, that we got both Nightmares engraved. Book. Harp. Wow. Couldn't have asked for anything better. We're going to send our Saronir. Our Saronir is going to activate. We are going to send our Bestial Lubellion to our grave. Unfortunately, we actually don't have anything we really want to banish. We might just banish the second Nightmare for Baldrake. So I think that's actually what... Actually, we can banish our Sheeran once we fuse it off. So we're actually going to normal summon Cartesia here. We're going to activate the effect to fuse. We're going to fuse these two. So a lot of our power you see isn't in our hand or board. It's all in our graveyard. So we're going to fuse off. We're going to make Grand Gugnol. The only real thing that we could be sending here is going to be our World Wand. So that is what we are going to be sending. Let us send the wand. We're not going to be activating tier limit Sheeran's effect here. However, tier limit Sheeran's worst enemy is coming to roost. We're going to activate our Bestial Baldrake. We're going to target our Sheeran and we're going to banish it to special summon the Baldrake. Next, we are going to special summon our Bestial Lubellion, attributing off our Baldrake. We're going to activate Bestial Lubellion's ignition effect to activate Branded Regained from our deck. Now we have access to that. Next, Orcust plays. We are going to activate Orcust Harpor. We're going to banish it itself, and we're going to special summon Gearsuit from our deck. Now that Gearsuit is summoned, we're going to go Chainlink 1 Gearsuit, Chainlink 2 Regained. We're going to put our Harpor right back into our deck. And we are going to, first we're going to shuffle and draw, and then we're going to dump. Let me just confirm if Branded Regained shuffles. Oh, I am dumb. It goes to the bottom. Harpor, it's at the bottom. Let's take it off. Let's shuffle. Harpor, back to the bottom. And let's draw. Jurisworm, good. And then Gearsuit is going to resolve. We are going to send Harpor. Wow, look at that. Now we are going to link summon. We're going to start getting our Orcust plays going. We're going to link our Greg and our Gearsuit. We're going to make our Galatea. That's out of the way. We're going to... Now we have to activate some more of our Orcust cards in grave to actually get stuff banished. So we are going to activate our Orcust Nightmare. We're going to target our Galatea. We're going to send our Symbol Skeleton to grave. Now we're going to activate our Galatea. We're going to target our Nightmare. We're going to put that boy right back. We're going to activate Orchestrated Babel. Just going to put that right there. Next, we're going to activate our Symbol Skeleton. We're going to banish it. We're going to target our Gearsuit. We're going to special that bad boy. Then we are going to activate our World Wand. We're going to target our Symbol Skeleton, and we are going to special summon it. Now we are able to use our Galatea. And this is just a combo in order to maintain resources in grave. So this is more of an advantage-oriented combo. We're going to go Dingirsu here. We're going to go Dingirsu. We're going to attach this World Wand. Now we are going to link off our Dingirsu and our symbol skeleton. Going to make our IP Masquerena. And then we can use these two to make a secondary Galatea. We can activate this at the start of the turn. We are going to move to end phase. In end phase, our sprint is going to trigger. We are going to special summon from our deck. Or rather, we can actually order this. So these are both end of turn triggers. So we'll go Cartesia. We'll add this to our hand. And then we can go sprint to add. I mean, not add. I apologize. We will put Spriggan's Kit on the board. You'll search Brandon and High Spirit, but we're just going to put it right back to the bottom. What this does is this just takes Brandon and High Spirit off the top of the deck if it potentially was there. So we're going to be ending the turn with Cartesia, Druid Swarm. We have 4 mats on board for IP plays. We got Ding, World 1, Gala, Symbol, Grand Gugnol, Harpor. We do have Baldrake and Saronir for our Regained. And we got a Nightmare Engraved still. Pretty good if you ask me. Now we're going to be going on to our last test hand. Alrighty, so let's just finish shuffling. Let's get to this last hand. Get this. We're going to go Harpor, Veiler, High Spirits, that's very good. Nightmare, Nightmare. So you see how just the inclusion of Brandon and High Spirit just completely changes the whole philosophy of the deck. What is unfortunate is we did draw double Nightmare and Harpor. We aren't playing Brass Bombard, which would be very good in this scenario. But I believe we could probably work something out. What we're going to do is we're going to go Brandon and High Spirit in our standby phase so we can play around Droll. We're going to send our Harpor, although this deck doesn't really lose to Droll. We're going to send Harpor. We're going to send our Sprint, because it is a machine. We're going to add our Ecclesia. Or not Ecclesia, I apologize. Cartesia. Going to normal summon Cartesian. We're going to activate the effect. We're going to fuse off with a Nightmare from our hand. And look at that! Our issue with all of our Orcust cards in our hand and needing Brass Bombard has been fixed. Your problem has been solved. Grand Gugnol. Grand Gugnol. We already have Harpor and Nightmare engraved, so this has just turned from a bad situation to an incredibly good one, because now we can send a World Wand. And now we can send Symbol Skeletons not having to have a care in the world. We don't even need to send it off of, we can literally recycle it, because we're going to go Harpor here. We're going to go Harpor, we're going to special summon Girsu from our deck. Girsu's effect is going to dump our Symbol Skeleton. So now we don't even need to dump that off of our Nightmare. So what we're able to do is we're going to be able to link these two off. We're going to be making ourselves Galatea. We're going to Galatea. We're going to put our Harpor back. To be grabbing a Babel from our deck. Next, we're going to activate our Symbol Skeleton. We're going to target our Girsu to special summon it. Then we're going to activate our World Wand. We're going to target our Skeleton to special summon that. Then we're going to activate our Nightmare to target our Galatea. And we're going to send our Harpor back to Graveyard. Just to, just get as maximum value, as many things going in as many loops as possible. So now next turn we don't have to get Harp engraved because we're already harping on our opponent's turn, just getting so much value, getting so many cards in rotation, just to continuously use and abuse them. Now we are going to link this, not link, I apologize. We're going to XC summon ourselves our Dingirsu. We're going to attach our World Wand, just because this is the most valuable one to have in Graveyard, and we already have Harp there. Next, we are going to make our IP Masquerena using Ding and Symbol. IP. And we don't really have any cards to set, but we do have a Veiler for our opponent's turn. In our end phase, Cartesia will be adding herself back to our hand, so we have a 3-card hand now. Our Sprint's going to activate. So our Sprint is going to special summon Springen's Kit from our deck, and we're actually going to activate the effect this time. Off of it, we're going to add ourselves a branded Regain, and we're going to take this Nightmare and we're going to put it back into our deck. So that has now been recycled properly, and we can grab it off of our Harpcore or our Gearshoe that we special summon our deck if needed. So that's how we were able to fix our problem. So this actually did come up being able to put something back so we can access it again. So that was the last test hand. I really appreciate everything that y'all do. I appreciate y'all watching my videos, leaving likes, telling me what you want to see, and just supporting me in general. I really appreciate it all a lot. I'm sorry I end off every video like this gushy bit, but I do really appreciate y'all letting me and helping me do what I want to be doing. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.